All right, so here we are with the first match. Let's see here. Looking at this hand, yeah, this looks real good. I like it. Not bad at all. No, we're not going to mulligan. It looks like our opponent is going to play first, and he also kept 7, so that's fine. Golgari Guildgate? Yes, indeed. Guildgate for the Armory Guard. Armory Guard with an ethereal armor. That's going to be pretty nice. All right, so let's see here. We're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and put down this plains, and we will go ahead and play our Call to Conclave here. A 3/3 on turn 2 is not too bad. Can't really ask for a whole lot more than that. Could put down the ethereal armor on the centaur, but I don't know, I kind of feel like having, Mizzium Mortars, well, there you go. But I kind of feel like waiting on the Armory Guard is just the better deal there. Alright, so we have a Selesnya Charm as well. It's not bad at all. I might even use it just to put a Knight token on the ground. I'm not really sure. We'll see. I mean, it's also a piece of our removal, so we'll kind of just pass the turn here. Actually, I might want to just see what he has, and I might just want it for the removal aspect. Sunspire Griffin, okay. All right, looking here, we will go ahead and we'll go ahead and put down another forest, and we'll go ahead and play out this Armory Guard here. Pass the turn. Our Armory Guard does have Vigilance, not too shabby. Looks like he wants to come in for 2, so I'm guessing he's going to have some play here. Basically, the only thing that's going to take out this Armory Guard is going to be an Explosive Impact. Alright, Vassal Soul. In the race right now, he's definitely winning. That is a Knightly Valor. It gets kind of redundant on the Armory Guard. So I think what I'd like to do here is put this Ethereal Armor. How do I want to do this? If I put this Ethereal Armor on the Armory Guard, I get one more. Let's see. And then I put down the Selesnya Charm. Yeah, I mean, we can't do everything in one round. And I would really like 2 Vigilant creatures on the board. The Knight is going to be Vigilant anyway, but let's see. Yeah, I want to spread the love around a little bit. So we'll go ahead and put this Ethereal Armor right on this guy right here. And we'll go ahead and strike for 3 with a 3/6 Vigilance First Striker. And I think we'll go ahead and just pass the turn. Alright, looks like he does want to race, so we might actually be putting that Selesnya Charm down. And I think we will. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that right now. I certainly don't mind getting the 2/2 Knight token on the ground. Course of Might is good. Let's see here. If we put this on there, we'll be striking in for 7. And if he has Explosive Impact, he will have to use it. So let's go ahead and do this here. Actually, we'll be striking for 8. I was wrong on that. We'll leave up the Giant Growth. And let's see here. Yep, looks like he's going to go ahead and take all of it. Leaving up the fake Giant Growth. So now it's like he has to start either leaving creatures back or getting more defenders on the board. Clearly an aerial deck, though. He's definitely got the airs covered. And he's blue, white, red. But his blue over there is a tap land. So that's nice. Yep, he's going to keep everything back. He has to. And that is a Wayfaring Temple. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we actually have enough to play both these. There's no reason, obviously, to play it right now just because it doesn't really do a whole lot. But what we will do is we will swing in. We'll see what he wants to do. We'll swing and see what he wants to do. This Chorus of Might basically ensures that Wayfaring Temple gets to do its combat damage and gets to populate one of my knights. So, yeah, let's go ahead and swing with all the knights. And we'll see what sort of shenanigans he has. Okay, so a Sunspire Griffin there. Let's see, a Sunspire Griffin there and a Vassal Soul there. I think in this instance, I just want to keep my board the way it is and kind of continue to whittle his board down. So in this instance, I think I will go ahead and play this Chorus of Might. In this instance, it would have been better for me to have, let's see here, I just want to make sure I will have Wayfaring Temple mana up. It would have been better for me to play the Wayfaring Temple because Chorus of Might would have gotten a little bit better. And we'll see if he has any kind of removal for this. It looks like he does. Okay, a Dynacharge. Alright, so he did end up taking out my my poor knight token there. I took out both of his creatures in that instance, and we are going to go ahead and play this Wayfaring Temple. And it's a 3/3. Looks like I tapped that incorrectly. And that is going to be a 3/3, so it's nothing to sneeze at. And our opponent is at 3, but he does have a full grip of cards. Meanwhile, we're holding absolutely nothing. We're basically top decking here. Alright, and that looks like that's going to be the game. Go over here to the sideboard. I don't really think we're going to sideboard in anything. We just don't really have anything that really... I mean, all we saw of his deck is that he has removal in Mizzium Mortars. He has a Dynacharge. And he has several flyers. And we didn't really get to see much else. I don't really have anything that can deal with... I mean, I don't have any cancels. There isn't any dispels. And if there was a dispel, I definitely would think about playing it. But we don't have anything like that. He did not seem to have any enchantments of his own, so trying to get things like Dramatic Rescue in there is not a big deal. And he didn't appear really to have any way to deal with our enchantments. We'll see if he starts sideboarding in some different things to try and deal with our enchantments. I don't really know what he would play. Maybe like a Sundering Growth or something like that if he opened one. But I think we're just going to go ahead and keep the deck the way it is. I think it performed as it was supposed to perform. So we'll go right in here to our next game, and this hand looks all right. I mean, we're going to be on the draw again. I do have 2 lands, and I have something that I can play if I draw basically anything, and then we're kind of off from there. I don't think I'm going to mulligan this. We do have 2 of our black cards in our hand, which is kind of eh. But we do have, I think we have, what is it, 3 black sources? 3 or 4? So... no, we're not going to go ahead and mulligan. And we'll go ahead and get this underway. And we do have several 2-drops that could be coming to us. So these 2 lands might be at least a little bit valuable. And, you know, they are the colors that we do need. Alright, so there's a Druid Deliverance. Not really what I was hoping for, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Our opponent doesn't have the fastest deck. Okay, so we basically got like the best 2-draw we could possibly get. in Call of the Conclave. I would really like to see a land. But we're not quite there yet. Okay, Tower Drake. Okay, a Golgari Guildgate. You know what? Whatever, that's fine. It's not amazing. I would have liked to have seen like just a regular old swamp, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and swing in here for 3. And pass turn. For Druid's Deliverance, I'm really thinking right now whether I want to utilize it to get an extra centaur on the ground and just to stop 2 damage. I don't think I do. I think it's something that I just want to hold on to for just a little bit longer. Let's see here. So it looks like he's going to keep his Tower Drake back because he has a Dyna Charge? I don't know. It's a good question. In this instance, let's see, we have a Wayfaring Temple and a Centaur's Herald. We are going to miss our land drop. There's nothing really we can do about that. I think in this case, we're going to go ahead and play the Wayfaring Temple. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and play the Wayfaring Temple and just pass. We can't even play our Chorus of Might quite yet. We are going to have to hold back just because I fear the Dyna Charge, double pump, whatever, and I'd like to keep this Centaur token on the ground for right now. That doesn't mean that he's not going to Mizia Mortars the tar out of it, but for right now, we'll just kind of stay where we are. And he plays nothing. Interesting. Okay, so we got our land there. So now we're at kind of an interesting impasse here because we're at the point where I need to think what I want to do with this Wayfaring Temple. I can go ahead and do something like rush in and then do like a Chorus of Might on it and see if I can populate, because he's going to want to block it, but there's a couple of tricks that he could have. In this instance, I still want to hold on to the Stab Wound. I think in this instance, we just go ahead and drop the... Do we drop the Beef for the Armory Guard or the Centaur's Herald? I think we're going to go ahead and drop the Centaur's Herald, just because that leaves me a couple more things open, and I think we're just going to go ahead and pass with that for right now. I would really like to see him tap out a little bit more. He's just kind of playing a lot of lands and not really doing anything with them, and it's really freaking me out. Because it makes me wonder if see, we're back at the end step, and all he has is a bunch of lands. So it's like, does he have a Supreme Verdict? Is he baiting me with a Supreme Verdict? All right. So we rip a Knightly Valor, but we can't really use it right now. Here, I think we're going to go ahead and rush and see exactly what he happens to have on the board. This Wayfaring Temple, we can pump up to a 6/6 with Chorus of Might. So I'm not like insanely worried about it. But we need to start figuring out if he has that Supreme Verdict, or just what is going on here. Okay, so he is going to block with the Tower Drake. Okay, he's going to go ahead and Swift Justice, and in that case, we are going to go ahead and Chorus of Might. And hope that there's no Dispel. Looks like he has something else, and it's going to be the Annihilating Fire. Okay. So there's not much we can do about that. We kind of just went card for card there. We are going to go ahead and put 6 damage in. He is not going to gain any of the life for that, which is pretty sweet. We lost our Wayfaring Temple, but you know what? Crying over spilt milk. He's also at 11 now, and he needs to start thinking about what he wants to do. We got 2 cards out of his hand. I'm kind of wondering if he's just like a giant barrel of tricks. Because now here we are again, and we need to think about what we want to do. If we want to go for the attack, I kind of almost feel like I'd like to just, let's see, if I throw down the stab wound on this, and it dies, I rush in for 6, or he is forced to do something against my centaurs. But a stab wound would be even better against a griffin. I don't have any other tricks besides a druid's deliverance. I think in this instance, we're going to go ahead and clear the pathway. I think that's a decent play. We'll go ahead and clear the pathway. We'll put the stab wound on this guy. See if he has anything to say about it, maybe a cancel or something like that. If he cancels the stab wound on a tower drake, I don't feel bad about that at all. Okay, so he does want to save the drake? Interesting. So he wants to save the drake. Okay. I'm not going to go ahead and swing in here. I'll just go ahead and let stab wound take care of that, I guess. Maybe I should have swung in there, because I kind of really didn't get a whole lot of value there. And like I said, I'd rather have him tap out for something. Okay, Skymark Rock. That's pretty good for him. Luckily we have 3 3s on the board, so I'm not too worried about it. Could he have a second Swift Justice? Land. All right, maybe not. All right. I think, you know, we have to start getting in here and hope not to see the Swift Justice. Okay. And right now, I think it's a good time to go ahead and play out our Armory Guard. He's big, he's beefy, he's a 2/5. If he had the Supreme Verdict, there's really no way he's going to use it now with this delicious Skymark Rock out on the board. Also, the other reason I had to play the Army Guard is obviously playing a Sewer Shambler is pointless. Oh, my poor deck. GG's, my buddy. Anything besides the rock? Because the rock is amazing. I pulled jank. Watch this. Now he like throws down something. Ha ha, just kidding. The deck I made is incredible. Alright. Well, he's not conceding. So maybe he just wants to play it out, or maybe, I don't know. Does he have like 4 lands in his hand? Look at this land disparity. We're stuck on 4 lands and he has 7? Yeah, 7 lands. 2 of the cards in my hand I can't even play. Alright. Eyes in the Skies. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Eyes in the Skies. Sure. Let's go ahead and swing and see what he has to say about it. That is lethal unless he has like a good Swift Justice or something. And he's got something. Dramatic Rescue. In this instance, I think we are... How do I want to do this? Do I want to Eyes in the Skies? I think I kind of do, just because I want to keep a... one of my tokens out. One of my Centaur tokens before they both go into the mist and I never see them again. If you have a cancel here, sir, you're just going to make me cry. Okay. So that goes away, Skymark Rock goes away, and he is back at 5 health. I wouldn't call his, I mean, he calls his deck jank. I wouldn't call his deck, like, terrible. Great Selesnya is Great Selesnya. Yep. This Selesnya is not bad. But you're still playing, so you still have faith, my good man. Faith in the deck. Faith in the jank. And plus, if you say it's jank and you crush me, what does that say about me? Again, though, he says it's jank, but it's good jank. It's Mizium Mortars, Skyrock Mark, kind of jank. So, Swift Justice is nice. Man, what I wouldn't give for a Swift Justice. And Annihilating Fire. Alright, everyone. Well, that's the end of that game. Oh, here to your left. I was going to go ahead and give him another good game. But that's pretty much it for that one. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you for round 2.